not telling Avery because I don't expect him to sit down and
not
watch.
being wrapped is a sign that she might have a point.
Well, no, I'm fixating on it because like you can't even care about me that much.
Well, it's because she does care about you, man. She's worried about you.
What? I'm so autistic I can't unwrap a present.
I think you're so
What does that mean?
autistic you can't unwrap her meaning behind it. Listen, I'm just saying I don't think it's an accident that it was unwrapped. She thought you might hurt yourself. I don't think it's an accident. It was a book about autism. All right?
Wasn't necessarily subtle.
Yeah. All right. Want to wrap this up? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Andrew, do you want to take us out?
Sure. Thank you so much to everyone for listening, and thank you for Mr. Avery for coming on the show that people could listen to. Avery, if you want to take this last moment to plug all your stuff, this would be a fantastic time.
Yeah, sure. I'm just, if you want to find my YouTube channel, it's just, I'm Shammy on YouTube. Just search it up and it'll be there. I actually do a podcast with my friends as well. It's called Please Stop Talking. If you just search for that, that'll also be there. It's also the first channel linked in my on my channel in the channel box thing. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's all nonsense. Probably don't do that, but it's at Shammy TV if you want to, anyways.
It'll be in the description of this video as well.
Mm-hmm.
Go on down and give him a follow.
Yeah. And thank you.
Yeah,
thank you,
on,
Avery, for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for following the show and listening to it. If you want to continue to support us and make us bigger than ever, you can go to patreon.com/theofficialpodcast. You can also check us out on Spotify, iTunes, or anywhere else you want to listen to some audio platforms. I think that's it.
That is it. Thanks, everyone.
Right, thank you, and
no,
goodbye.
you nailed it.
Bye,
that
everyone.
was beautiful.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
We talk about a lot of things on this podcast, but there's something that I need to make sure that we all talk about right now. Because if you haven't heard about Anchor, then you need to know about the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free! Beyond that, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many other platforms. You can make money for your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's got everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. If you have something super special to talk about and you want people to hear it so they know it's super special, you're going to want to use Anchor. It's the best way to do it.
Beautiful.
It wasn't beautiful, Jackson. I didn't clap into my mic. Do it one more time.
Oh, my lord.
All right. The real clap sync after 1, 3, 2, 1. Why would you not clap into your microphone?
I was looking at my phone.
What led you to do that?
So I clapped under the desk. I was looking at my phone.
Why were you looking at your phone? We're in the middle of a fucking podcast recording.
How are you looking at your phone if you clapped as well?
What do you mean? I just have
you
it
need
up.
2 hands to clap.
What? I just have a screen up on my phone that I'm looking at, and then when you counted clap, I clapped under my desk like that, so you couldn't hear it.
So the phone had nothing to do with it?
Yeah, I was distracted by my phone. Thus my hands were under the desk.
Why were you distracted by your phone? It is podcast recording time. You're 4
right.
minutes late, and then you're just fucking texting mid-episode? Come on.
4 minutes late. I came in after you did.
5:34. I looked at the clock. I was here at 5:27.
I had the chat open. I was waiting for you to get in. You were the last one.
I was in here at 5:27 before Jackson. You're literally making stuff up.
All right, that's fair enough.
He's right.
You've been caught in a lie, just like you all out there listening have been caught listening to the official podcast, the only actual podcast on the internet. If you are listening to a different podcast, you're committing piracy or fraud, or you don't know what you're doing. I'm Andrew.
Or incontinence.
Or you might be suffering from IBS or perhaps migraines. I'm part of your host, Andrew. But to form the full Voltron of hosts, we also have Charlie, Jackson, and Kaya ready to talk about some rip-roaring topics. And I will start the ball rolling because Charlie and Kaya have been like powering up Super Saiyan style in the background, ready to unleash their fury and anger on this planet at Punisher Season 2. Go ahead, boys.
I haven't seen it.
That's quite the over-exaggeration. I have.
That's why I wanted to talk about it.
You seem pretty upset by it.
Okay, here's the thing. I really, really like The Punisher. I love
Because he like shoots people.
yeah.
That's it. That's the
Why
only
else?
reason.
No, I like him because yes, he's the murderous yet just good old lovable hero. Wholesome yet also smashing in people's skulls with a sledgehammer. I like him. Okay, I love John Bernthal's depiction of the Punisher. I think he's actually the best Punisher. I don't think it can get any better. John, if for some reason you ever somehow end up listening to this, that's pretty damn cool. I really like your Punisher. Thank you for season 1.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. I think it was really, really cool. I mean, to give you an idea of how much I like the Punisher, at least the first season, but as a character, as played by John Bernthal, I watched the entirety of Daredevil on Netflix just to get background story on all of the characters, and especially the Punisher, which is, at some point, we talked shit about Daredevil, I think after it was cancelled, and then we made fun of one of the fighting scenes, and people gave us shit telling us that it's actually a good show. And I want to touch on that too, because I watched it, and it's a good show. But there's something about the show that I've never seen with any other show, which is that the main character is the least interesting character in his own show. The Daredevil is a boring douche, and everybody else is interesting. Everybody besides this guy, his sidekicks, the bad guys, they all have backgrounds. They all get their background stories. Like you guys know the Kingpin, right? Wilson Fisk.
Yeah.
We get to see his backstory. He's sort of a cool actor. He grows on you. His sidekicks, he has like a secretary manager type chick and a best friend. And they have these moments that are absolutely adorable. And when you watch them, it's just, you kind of get pissed off once they cut back to Daredevil fighting some generic bad guys. And it's just dumb. The Daredevil is such a douche. And he's the worst friend I've ever fucking seen any sort of media. He always fucks his friends over all the damn time. So it's a weird show. I'm actually kind of bummed it got cancelled, I'll be honest. I think what they should have done is simply kill off Daredevil and keep the show going.
Keep it running just on his friends.
Yeah, just like
his lawyer friends.
the tribute to Daredevil or something.
I'll be honest, like, I would rather watch a show about Wilson Fisk, and you somehow get the impression that the writers would as well, because they spent entire episodes developing their backstories. Like, do you guys know Bullseye? Mm-hmm. He's like the Hawkeye, except he can make everything in his hands lethal by throwing them at high velocity or something, so he can just...
Is he the sniper where he's never missed a shot or a
Dead
target?
Shot. No.
Oh, I'm thinking a Dead Shot. Yeah, never
it's
mind.
Dead Shot.
Never mind.
It'd be so cool if he was also blind.
Well, I mean...
Every superhero should be blind to make them even cooler.
I guess there's more of these types. There's like Hawkeye, Deadshot, and Bullseye. But yeah, the point is they spend like 4 episodes developing Bullseye's story as this psychopath who has a crush kind of sort of on a girl, and he's stalking her and this and that. And I'm watching this going, this is so much more interesting than Goody Two-Shoes douchebag bad friend Daredevil dipshit dumbass and his story about how he's always fucking over his friends. It's every episode is how he's a bad friend. Basically the second or third season is at some point his friends think he's dead for a year or something.
Did we lose Kaya?
No, why?
No, I hear him.
I hear him too.
Yeah.
Hello?
Did you lose Kyle? Charlie.
We lost Charlie.
Yeah,
What
I
just
think we
happened?
lost Charlie.
We lost you.
Jesus, yeah, I got put into a purgatory there. That was weird.
Yeah,
Do
we
you hear
lost
us
you
now?
on that one.
Yeah, I can hear you guys now. That was super fucking weird. It like put me into like a timeout.
The Marvel assassins came after you.
Okay, just to quickly finish why Daredevil is a douche. His friends, his best friends, think he's dead for a year. He comes back, reveals that he's alive, and he tells them, I just came back to tell you that I'm dead to you. Don't come looking for me. You douche. And
What a dick!
his friends rightfully ask, like, why the fuck did you come back just to tell us that you're dead to us, that we shouldn't come look for you? And he lies and goes on. And then we find out that he was lying. In fact, he only came back to steal his friend's wallet. He is such a douche.
He needed bus fares.
He's such a douche. He needed his ID to break into a prison or something, but he is such a douchebag. Season 2 is all about the Punisher. Like, they introduced the Punisher as a character. And so the Daredevil, for those of you who don't know his backstory, he's a lawyer, and he has a buddy called Foggy, or Foggy Nelson. Yeah, they're
it's
lawyers
Foggy.
together, right? So Matt is like, yeah, we need to take the Punisher's legal case. We got to represent him in court. Now, keep in mind, the Punisher's case is a big deal. It's like representing Charles Manson. He's a serial killer, right? So he convinces his friends to take the legal case, and then he doesn't do anything. He doesn't show up to the court, and every single time he promises his friends, like, yeah, guys, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna do the work, and I'm gonna do the introductory talk, the speech, and he doesn't show up. He's such an asshole. I'm sorry to rant
Is he
about
busy
the
doing
Daredevil.
other things like fighting
Yeah,
villains
he-
during that time?
You can call it fighting, but he's really busy hanging out with his ex. That's it.
Oof.
Yeah, which is Elektra. Boring story. Again, it's weird. The least interesting character in his own show. I'd rather... Like, they have these moments... I don't know if you guys have watched Better Call Saul, but I enjoy the lawyering and the investigation and all that sort of stuff. And when you watch Karen Page and Foggy Nelson do their lawyer investigator stuff, that's far more interesting than Daredevil throwing his little nunchucks at people or whatever the fuck
Why don't
he
you
does.
just watch Law and Order then if you just like law shows?
Well, not that cheesy-ish, you know. I don't know. It's all I'm trying to say is Daredevil is a douche. But back to Punisher, though. Have you seen the first season, Charlie?
I saw some of it. I didn't finish it, but what I saw I really enjoyed.
How much, like the first 3 episodes, or what?
I think I got up to like episode 7 or 8.
Yeah,
That's pretty much the full season, isn't it?
pretty
no,
close.
that's half. That it has 13 episodes. That's pretty much half.
It's a good
I
portion.
like the show. See, the Punisher is as a show is the opposite of Daredevil, where pretty much only the main character is interesting, and you have to fast forward through everything else because they have these boring detective scenes. There's some detective called Dina Madani, and they have these like 20-minute scenes where she's talking to her supervisor, and it's the most generic movie cop talk, like, this is outside your jurisdiction, you can't do this, Madani. Oh yeah? Are you gonna fire me? If you're gonna fire me, do it now or step out of my way. Fuck it. But season 2, John Bernthal, please, if you ever listen to this, I love you, but that wasn't you. John, you let people live. That ain't right. It ain't right.
That's what I wanted to talk about. I was reading up on the Punisher season 2 because I'm a big fan of the Punisher as a character as well. Even though I didn't finish the first season, I enjoyed what I saw. And apparently in season 2, he lets like a child pornographer go without even calling the fucking cops or anything on him. He like just
He story touched him.
Wow.
yeah, he must have been a big fan or something.
So there's this whole theme about how the Punisher needs to stop killing people, right? This whole when he's introduced,
He's addicted.
Addicted? Well, yeah, kinda.
Yeah, he's addicted to killing.
Well, see, when he's introduced in Daredevil season 2, he has this awesome moment in court where he goes, "I killed those maggots because I liked it. Hell, I fucking loved it." Right? He has this meltdown in court, which is because of Daredevil again, because Daredevil taunts him like a dumbass and fucks it up. But we spent a whole season in Daredevil about how the Punisher needs to stop killing people, which is fine because they're so. The contrast is that the Daredevil never kills anybody, right? He will not ever shut the fuck up about how virtuous he is for not killing anybody, which, again, such a self-satisfied smug piece of shit. But then, that's not what people like me tune into the Punisher for. That's not what I want to hear when I watch the Punisher, is side characters berating him for being the Punisher. That's why we watch him. He kills people. So the scene that you're talking about, Charlie, is him, the Punisher, and his new sidekick, which is this young girl. They go to this like underground hidden photo set, I guess, where some guy that is run by this guy who allows kitty pornographers to use it. And so the Punisher is like, "So you like taking photos of little kids, huh?" And then he pulls a gun on the guy, and the little girl, his sidekick, comes in and says, "You know, I know you like killing people, but this is borderline even for you." And then somehow
this is the guy. This one's borderline. Out of everyone he's killed.
Out of everyone he's killed, not just that, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. In Daredevil, when he's first introduced, when we first, I think, see his face clearly in light, the Punisher is in a pawn shop, and the pawn shop owner, he's trying to sell him all this illegal shit, like, "Oh yeah, I got this porn if you like, you know, I got scat porn, I got German shit porn, you know, I got granny MILF porn if you're into that, or if you like him younger, I also have something else, you know, she's barely 12, if you know what I mean." And at that moment, the Punisher stops, and he walks back into the pawn shop, grabs the baseball bats, and, you know, the implication is that he beats the guy dead, because he was just selling child porn, yet in season 2 of The Punisher, he's just letting this guy live. And I don't know why. It bummed me out. That's not what The Punisher is supposed to be.
It's showing a character shift, a development, if you will.
Which it shouldn't.
Now he's a good guy.
Well, that doesn't make him a
that's
good
not
guy.
good. Yeah, not in the least. No.
Like
No, the Punisher-
you're also giving a lot more subtlety to the Punisher character when they want to show him as a good guy. There's a really well-known story in the actual comics where he dies and goes to heaven and becomes a fucking assassin for God as an angel, and that's how they show. Look, he's doing good in the world.
Okay,
That's
look,
fucking dope.
you can't-
It is. It's really cool. I'm not trying to say it's like useless. It's actually a lot of fun and silly. But like,
It's
the
awesome.
Punisher is not about subtlety. He's supposed to be about like fuck the justice system and fuck these people.
his name is the Punisher.
But not child pornography.
This is what you watch him for. And I don't like this when I go on Reddit and people say, "Well, that's how he is. You know, he's not a hero. He's an anti-hero." I mean, you can call him whatever the fuck you want. He's a hero to me. He only fights evil, right? He isn't going around shooting kids in the face. But that was just really out of character. It looked weird. The whole season.
So did he punish him at all? Did he punish this child pornographer at all?
Yeah, he
Did he give
kind
him a
of.
spanking or anything?
Yeah, he took photos of him.
After the girl nags him, like, "Oh, don't kill him, let him go," he nags her that he should have killed him. And then she says, "Well, you can always burn down his studio." And then that's all they do is. He doesn't
Oh
even beat him
no! Something he can fucking replace. Oh
Yeah.
dear.
with his child porn Bitcoin money. He can just buy a new studio. How does that? I don't know. It wasn't the same thing. But I love the Punisher as a. I think I don't know who the hell wrote that character, but I think John Bernthal's acting is a bang up job. I fucking love it.
I agree. I think it's a really good depiction of the Punisher up until he's like letting child pornographers go and shit. I hate that theme where it's if you kill this person, you're just like them. That's my least favorite trope in movies, comics, games, anything.
Terrible
Mine
trope.
too. No, it's not the same thing. Killing a kitty pornographer isn't the same as doing it yourself, but also in Daredevil, he stood up for himself. He was like, fuck you, I don't need your help. You know what? I killed those people because I loved it, and I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna kill them all. I like that. That's why we like the Punisher, right? He's like, I'm gonna kill him. And no, now he's just constantly, second
But when you say it like that,
actions.
it doesn't sound like he's killing from a perspective of doing good. It sounds like he just enjoys killing. I don't know the
He's
character.
supposed to be. He's
He's a
supposed to
shit.
be like this extremely tight-moraled guy who loves killing, but he only kills within that set of morals.
Well, he has a reason. Do you know his backstory, Jackson?
No, I don't.
So his backstory is that he's a war veteran. He comes back home after God knows how many years of serving. And the day he comes home, somebody like the secret organization, governmental, whatever, the Illuminati kills his wife, son, and daughter.
Just for fun.
So to cover up some other shit, I think they get caught in a crossfire or something. I don't exactly remember, but point is family dies and he starts hunting down everybody who's responsible. So that's it. He's like hunting down cartel
That's
members.
a pretty generic backstory.
Yeah, but point is he's an
Again,
evil.
Jackson, the Punisher is not about subtlety.
Yeah, it's
That
not.
is not his character arc. His character arc is fuck these guys. I don't care about the law. They deserve to be punished.
His backstory is
Yeah, but I
fuck
think
the
that's just
baddies.
a pretty boring concept as well. I don't know.
The
The
concept.
same way you think Batman not killing people is boring, I think that's boring when
I don't
they
think
just go
Batman
over the
not-
top and start breaking legs
Yeah.
and killing people.
I mean, I don't know if you're talking to me on that. I think Batman not killing people is fun. I think that's a cool little thing they have to write with.
No, even Batman is. I really like some of the writing in these shows. I've been shitting on Netflix for having 27 Marvel cartoons, not cartoons, but like comic book based TV series, but now I kind of sort of get it because some of this is cool. John, he nails, acting the Punisher. I'm sorry, I'm gonna crush on this guy now, but
Yeah, you just love John.
I
That's all
do,
I've heard.
please.
That's the only positive thing I've heard.
I just want a John interview series. I want them to compile every interview ever done with John
No, just-
Bernthal for me.
I just want him to have like a YouTube channel where he plays the Punisher and just kills people. A compilation, like a fucking bukkake porn where he just kills people instead of all the drama that we have to sit through, all the writing. What I was trying to say is his acting is really, really good. Like he has these 10-minute monologues about how he misses his family and this and that, about how he couldn't read his daughter the book that she wanted him to read for her and all that sort of stuff. I'm telling you, Daredevil is a really kind of a fun show to watch. Like the Kingpin is also fun. I don't
Fisk
know
is
if you-
great. I saw Fisk's entire segment. Fisk is a fantastic villain.
That's
Charlie,
Kingpin,
I
isn't it?
think you might.
Or I'm sorry. Not Fisk, but Kingpin.
That is
Whatever. I
Fisk.
forgot what his
That
name.
is Fisk. Yeah, Kingpin is
Yeah, they're the same person.
Wilson
Oh, okay, okay.
Fisk. They don't refer to him as Kingpin until season 3. But Kingpin, Charlie, did you also grow up with the Spider-Man animated show?
I didn't really watch it, but it was around. Yeah.
Yeah, in that one, Kingpin was this, goofy, fat, big bad guy, basically. That was just
Yeah,
his.
he's a big fat ass. He's really bald and really fat and just
Super
ridiculous.
strength.
Yeah,
So-
super
and he's got
strength,
super
but
strength.
he was very cartoony, where he would, build gigantic robot spiders to kill Spider-Man and all that sort of stuff.
Well, how else are you gonna do it?
In Daredevil, I love he had that monologue where he was telling this story from the Bible or something, where it was like
Yeah, see, in
there was
Daredevil,
something about like breadcrumbs or some shit, like an offering bread to Jesus,
Oh.
and how the villagers wouldn't do it, and then he was like, then one guy did it, and he's like, I wasn't the guy that gave him the bread, I was the evil or some shit. It was a great
in
monologue.
Daredevil, what I like, they went in a different direction. He isn't this big, goofy comic book villain. He's a criminal mastermind, and they keep developing this character over the seasons where you're like, wow, this guy's actually really smart. This is fun watching him rise to power. This is interesting. He's a cool character.
They did that in the Spider-Man game as well. He was like the mob guy, basically.
Yeah.
Like he was this big personality in the game where he was controlling everything up until the point where Spider-Man puts him in jail.
Yeah.
In which case he's useless.
Well, no, up until the point where Spider-Man puts him in jail and he hulks out and breaks his fucking desk in half with his bare hands because they had to work in that cartoony super strength somehow.
Well, he's super strong in this one too, but you don't see that as much as him plotting the downfall of his enemies in these clever ways, and he's manipulating everybody into serving him. That's kind of cool. I really like that. Again, I think he deserves a show of his own. Do we know anything about what the fuck is Disney doing? Are they gonna move all these shows to their own streaming service, or are they gone for good?
It seems that way.
I think they are, yeah.
Well, any successful TV series, I imagine, move over to their new service when it's created. But I think Daredevil's been just outright cancelled, right? There's no way that's returning.
The joke is that Netflix keeps canceling all of Marvel shows. I think so. They canceled. Let's see. They canceled the Iron Fist. They canceled Luke Cage. They canceled Daredevil, and now the rumor has it they're gonna cancel Punisher too. So I don't know. The Marvel just has a reputation for canceling all of their shows after the second or third season, which is a bummer because I don't know how many views or clicks they get, but the reviews are pretty good. Everybody loved Daredevil season 3. It was a good season.
I'd be okay with it if it meant they all showed up in the next Avengers movie.
God, that would be such a clusterfuck.
Yeah, that's why I want it.
It already feels.
Well, here's the thing.
It already feels pretty busy.
They could make it work well though, because in the previous Avengers, and I'm going to spoil a year-old movie by now, more than half the cast dies. And I think it'd be cool if you do the next one and it's like, okay, Tony Stark, Captain America are alive. They got to lead a new team. Who's left to fight Thanos? And they get like Daredevil, they get Luke Cage, Power Man, all that shit. I think that'd be a kind of cool concept. Man? That's Luke Cage's name.
The Wizard. They need the Wizard.
Yeah. They get the Super B team to fight Thanos because that's the only people left alive. I think that'd be
Bollywood
sweet.
Team.
Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. They're DC.
They're DC. But you get what I'm saying. I'd love to see that in Avengers. They have to round up the fucking worst of the worst that they have left.
Ooh, I actually really like that concept.
Yeah.
They get,
imagine they do
heroes.
They do a fucking cameo where they knock on the X-Men mansion and Deadpool's in there and he's just like, nah, I don't want to do it. And he just slams the door in their face. Like, I'd love that, where they have to go around picking up all the heroes that no one cares about.
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome.
They would fuck them up too. They'd be far more effective than Captain America using a shield and tossing it around. Look, my dream team would be Deadpool if he stopped cursing so much, John Wick, and the Punisher. I know John Wick isn't Marvel, but
just making John Wick's Avengers.
That's not necessarily true. John Wick was in Fortnite, and so was Thanos. That's pretty close.
They are part of the same universe now.
Yeah, the Fortnite universe.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The Fortnite expanded universe. They're going to be in a Shonen Jump Force soon, fighting Naruto and Goku.
To quickly admit something, wrap it up though, since we have shoutouts today. I was thinking of sneaking in my own Punisher fan fiction since I love the show so much, but season 2 kind of knocked it out of me, so I couldn't do it.
Oh, that's a loss to Bernthal's collection of fanfic.
Yeah, please, Mr. Bernthal, please come on the show.
Well, Kaya, if you've had the wind knock out of your sails there, you might need to find a nice place to sit down, don't you think?
Yeah.
Well, I can give you a great recommendation if you're interested in hearing it.
What could I do, Andrew?
Well, you could go to Joybird and check out a revolution in online furniture shopping. Joybird believes that you should never have to settle when it comes to your home furnishings, and there is always freedom to be boldly original. Joybird will get you a one-of-a-kind furniture experience made to your unique taste, featuring quality handcrafted furniture, with each piece being made with care and precision, with high-quality hardwood and responsibly sourced materials. If you purchase Joybird, you can get a 365-day home trial, which means that you can skip the furniture store and bring the showroom home so you can sit on it, sleep on it, break it in, do whatever you would do on a nice little sofa or other piece of furniture. And if you don't like it, send it back for a full refund. I mean, seriously, try it out. And if you like it, then it works for you. And if you don't need to keep it. You can see how Joybird is revolutionizing online furniture shopping. And you can also create the furniture that brings you joy today at joybird.com/official. And if you go to that link, you can receive up to 25% off of your first order by using the code official. That's joybird.com/official. Charlie, I believe you and I both have Joybird furniture, and I gotta say, I am a fan.
I'm also a fan. The couch is extraordinarily comfortable.
He's got one in his bedroom next to his bed. And let me tell you something, sometimes when he's sleeping and I need somewhere to just watch him and wait for him to greet the day as the sun peeks in through the curtains on his bright, handsome face. I just pop up there, I grab his dog Tetra, and we relax on his Joybird sofa, and it is a comfortable experience. Joybird.com/ Joybird.com/official, 25% off of your first order. Check it out.
To quickly, before we get off of the superhero train, if we are at all, I googled Booster Gold because I thought I recalled that he was going to be starring in a new movie, which turns out to be fake. But one of the top questions is Booster Gold Rip Hunter's dad? And I was wondering,
Rip Hunter.
I have no idea, but this whole like group of outcasts have the best fucking goofy names I've ever heard. So according to the answer that someone gave is Rip Hunter, Booster's boss, a mysterious time master who refuses to reveal his identity, who is later revealed to be Booster Gold's future son. His father is still unaware of his parentage. The Booster Gold series sounds fucking incredible. This is like the Harry Potter universe for superheroes. Fucking Rip Hunter is a time master who's apparently Booster Gold's future son or some shit. This is amazing.
It's a very intricate universe.
Yeah.
Rip Hunter. God, what would your name be if you were part of the B team of superheroes? So you had to sound
Dick Handsome.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one a lot. Dick Handsome. I'm gonna go with Flex Big Arms, and I'd have super strength.
My dick's just really handsome.
Raw Thunderhide.
Shock Rock Vein.
That's great.
I like how we all had one prepared. Like we
truly do form the Revengers.
Yeah, we're the discount toys that you see in the dollar store under the Chinese bootleg.
Shitty G.I. Joe team. We'll get you, Cobra
We're the
Commander.
bootlegs of the bootlegs.
Sometimes I like cheesy
The
names.
Revengeancers.
Like Storm Shadow. I know it's so juvenile, but I'm into it.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Transformers and G.I. Joe, let me tell you, what they didn't have in animation quality, they absolutely made up for in character design. Fucking Starscream.
I love that name. I don't care what anybody says.
I love their names. They're so
Starscream.
great. Soundwave.
Starscream is the kind of name you'd call...
Even the main character is called Optimus Prime. It's so good. It's such a great name.
The Starscream is the kind of name where if you saw it in a girly TV show, you'd hate it. Like if it was a My Little Pony. Because, you know, they have Twilight Sparkle and Starscream sound like they're two ponies in that show, but once you make it a car, jet, whatever the fuck hybrid, it's kind of cool.
I think he's a jet fighter.
Whatever the hell. I don't give a shit.
Even cooler.
He's a robot that makes him cool. He's a killbot.
I mean, I kind of one thing I miss from like 80s trends is in big action stuff, everyone just having a stupid, ridiculous name. But at the same time, you know immediately if they're good or bad. Like Cobra Commander. There's no way in fuck a man named Cobra Commander is a good guy.
No, that's not true. Well, yeah, but then one of the good guys is called Snake Eyes.
Fuck.
All right?
Yeah, I thought Snake Eyes was a bad guy too.
No, he's fighting on the good guy's side.
He's not?
He has
okay. I'm wrong.
He has the bad counterpart, though, the opposite ninja, who's Storm Shadow. Also cool name.
That's what I was
such
thinking
a cool
of,
name.
yeah. I love those names so much.
I know.
Just when everyone was a big idiot, it was just stupid adjective and then cool noun, and that was your name.
Like, why have I never come across anyone in real life with those kinds of names?
Real life is a cartoon. No one's called the Iron Fist in real life.
I wish.
That's my problem. Someone do it.
We need more people with their name legally changed to Iron Fist.
I'll say again, God, I'm gonna get so much shit for shitting on Daredevil, but his name being, everybody refers to him of the devil of Hell's Kitchen. I'm just sitting there thinking like, oh, the devil? You mean the guy who lets everyone go? He's the devil? What do you mean?
You wouldn't understand.
That is one thing that I never really got about Batman having the same problem, where all in the lore, like the lower level thugs are always like, it's the freaking Bat! Oh, he's so scary! Oh, intimidation! But he never kills anybody, and they always
I don't
just
wanna
break
get
out of
Broken Bones
prison.
still hurt.
Yeah, I don't want to get my ass beaten either. I'd be like, oh shit, I'm about to get my ass fucking kicked
Yeah,
in
but
by this meat hammer.
The
He
way,
might not put me in prison, but he'll fucking paralyze me.
that's true.
I don't want that.
You know, actually fair, because I do remember in a lot of lore, the thugs, when they're in jail, they're always like, yeah, he gave me 6 broken ribs and a fractured wrist and this and that. So, you know, I will rescind my my criticism.
See, that's fair,
I
but
would be scared too.
No, look, the Daredevil, obviously he does hurt his opponents, but most of them he kind of punches into a wall and that's it. He knocks them out and lets them go. He doesn't even deliver them over to the police or something. Although there was this one guy he throws off of a rooftop and all that, and then one of his sidekicks is like, well, Daredevil, you don't kill people, but this guy you beat up last week, he's in a coma now. Like, they told him that he was brain dead or something. So the Daredevil, upon hearing that he basically turned a guy into a vegetable, goes, yeah, well, but I didn't kill him, did I? Well, I mean, would have been better.
Yeah, really.
You're not good.
You put it on fate worse than death.
That's the thing that a lot of superheroes glance over. It's like, how do you even know that they live? Like Batman or Daredevil or Spider-Man or any of those, they'll show up and with a glove, like a secret superhero glove filled with concrete blocks, they'll punch them square in the face and be like, that surely just knocked him out.
They don't so
think about
confident
it.
in the strength, yeah.
Yeah, they don't think about it for 2 seconds. Like they hold them over a building to interrogate him and fucking drop them on their back, and it's like, you don't know if he's gonna be paralyzed or you've severed his spinal cord and he's bleeding out internally. You don't know. They never check on this shit ever. I guess I gotta give respect to the Punisher, because at least he doesn't fucking care. He admits it.
He just puts him down. He doesn't fucking let him die in a hospital 2 weeks later of spinal cord damage or something.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's switch up.
What do you want, though? Do you want Batman to just be stalking their Facebook pages for updates on their lives?
No, I mean, it's obviously more exciting and fun when it's just like, yes, I snapped his neck, he'll be out cold for a while. But, like, I don't know. I want maybe at least some stories to explore more realistic takes.
Well,
I think
isn't
it
that
could be interesting.
One of the biggest movie sins is when a guy knocks out another guy with like the butt of his gun, like hits him at the back of the head, and the guy's knocked out for 10 minutes. Whereas in real life, it's a really bad sign if the guy's out for more than 5 seconds or something. You could just be dead.
I actually looked into this a while ago because I was curious. I was like, if you want to knock someone out in real life, like stealthily, how do you do it? Because you can't just punch them. They'll make noise and not get knocked out. You can't, you don't want to kill them, and even if you don't have a weapon.
How do you do that?
I looked it up. Apparently, if you're, according to some army training or some shit, I could be wrong, but if you're approaching someone from the front and don't have something to incapacitate them with, you chop them in the throat. Because then they can't scream, and then they're incapacitated. I'm dead serious.
That sounds like John Bernthal's Guide to Assassinations.
Yeah. Oh, just really, you grunt and then you take your sledgehammer and break their knees.
If you forgot your sledgehammer in the garage, use a 2x4.
You make sure they can't run for help.
That's how you do it. You hit them in the fucking throat, because then they can't scream for help. And I mean, if I got hit in the throat by a burly man, I'd be out.
I'm imagining you doing that to stop them from making noise. So you chop them in the throat, and they start trying to scream, but they can't scream. But then they start flailing about and knocking over shit, making just as much noise because they can't scream.
Well, obviously, you follow it up
alarm.
You obviously follow it up. You chop them in the throat, and then when they're incapacitated, so instantly they can't scream, then you can get behind them and choke them out or hold them down or whatever.
Shoot them, but doesn't it just blow it all?
Yeah, but that's the initial maneuver. You suppress their ability to call for help.
So do you karate chop them?
I don't know the specifics, but he was just like, yeah, you just slap them in the throat.
It's an Iron Fist, the Sin Lord Kazmagor special.
Wouldn't that collapse their windpipe or something and kill them anyway of suffocation this time?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's the risk you take.
All right, so
Here's how you do it silently. You just decapitate them with your hand. Just straight through.
Yeah, cut their head off eventually when you reach a certain level.
Just keep wailing on it.
Bashing, just keep chopping.
Using your literal iron fist, you start meticulously sawing their head off with the palm of your hand.
just Vulcan death grip them.
You want to grab their throat with both hands and twist and turn until their head pops off like a Pez dispenser.
Yeah, like a child safety lock. You push down and then screw off.
That'll incapacitate them for a while.
It will for sure.
They'll be out for a little bit.
Hunt down their children, too. While you're at it, just make sure you have as much leverage on them as possible so they can't pull the fire alarm or something as they're dying and taking their last breaths. All right, so before people rightfully bukkake us with comments about how we've been talking about Daredevil for 30 minutes, let's change topics. I've been in Turkey for the first week of New Year's, so I didn't get any Christmas presents or anything. So I came back, and last week my sister gave me my belated Christmas present, which was a book on autism.
She must listen to the podcast.
She knew.
Yeah,
she always knew. Your secret's out.
I don't.
She even did you a big nice little favor, and she cut out your face and put it on all the pictures in the book too.
She highlighted all the relevant portions to you
Oh,
personally.
She underlined it with a fancy pen and wrote "Love this" with hearts on the eyes.
See, okay, here's the thing: when you give someone, don't give people books for Christmas. Jesus, don't give them books. Are not a good gift. People, okay, it's like
people like
no,
books.
yes,
Not anymore.
they
Some
like
people like
books that
In
they
the
pick
20s.
themselves. Giving somebody a book is like giving somebody homework for their presents. That's just bad. Like they're gonna keep asking you if you've read it yet. I don't feel like reading this. It's boring. It's a 500-page book without any photos, by the way, about autism. I don't care.
Is that any photo?
Ideals.
Did you scroll through it trying to find a photo?
I mean, on the upside, Kaya, you don't even if you don't read the book, she sent a powerful message.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, big fuck you. You know what? I got her as a Kindle. Fuck me, I guess, for being a good bro. And I got her a Kindle and I got her a gift code so she could pick her own books herself and such, you know, and read in bed. And she gives me homework so I can read about my own autism, which, thank you, sister. But, you know, I'm dealing with it. I can cope. I don't need this book. Thank you.
Oh, I love that.
I didn't need that
That's
big
great.
slap.
I like to
That was a
imagine.
power move.
Yeah, she was waiting for you at the German airport with like open arms and an autism book in one hand.
Oh, she gave it to me like last week at when she called me over for dinner. It's just like I don't know if it's like if I came out and she gave me a book on how to be gay. I don't need this. I know I have Pornhub. Just why? I don't know. She's just since her kid
Yeah,
has
I go
been
to,
diagnosed with autism. I guess she's drawing those parallels that I hope don't go too far.
Well, maybe she's just trying to make you into a good father figure for her son.
He has a fucking father. What the fuck? What is this, Game of Thrones? What the hell?
You're the backup father. You're the booster gold of the father there.
Yeah, I'm the fucking autistic uncle. Woo.
Well, now you can bond, apparently.
Yeah, now you got something to talk about.
I want a bond. I
You'd be
got
great uncle.
the little bastard at
Talk
keyboard.
to this 3-year-old kid about his autism.
So, do you like being
Relate to it.
autistic?
If you turn to page 80, you'll see some real.
It ain't that
Yeah,
bad.
Kaya, maybe that's in the book in page 45, Conversations for Other People with Autism. How to start.
Oh, whoopee. That's just what I want to talk about with a 5-year-old who I don't want to talk about anything. Frankly.
You done with those action figures yet? It's my turn. I'm autistic.
You call him a bigot for not letting you use his...
I want to play
Your
with Storm
son's a fucking
Shadow.
bigot.
He doesn't accept me for who I am.
Why isn't your son more progressive? I'm gonna get him a book.
Yeah, make the kid read the fucking book. Why are you giving it to me? I already have like a bucket list of 100 books that I've yet to read. I can't be bothered to read my own books. What made you think I'm gonna read your book on autism? God, just so dumb.
Oh, boy.
Give me a fucking bottle of whiskey. That's all I want. Just don't give me books.
Oh man.
Numb the pain, please.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Kaya, what you're saying is getting you a book for Christmas was not a smart idea. You know what else is not smart though, Kaya? Using job boards that send you candidates that aren't even qualified for the role that you posted. It's about as not smart as getting people books for Christmas. Ooh. But you know what is smart? Going to ziprecruiter.com/official to hire the right person. Unlike other job sites, ZipRecruiter finds qualified candidates for you. Its powerful matching technology scans thousands of resumes to identify people with the right skills, education, and experience, and actively invites them to apply for your job so you can get qualified candidates fast. ZipRecruiter is rated #1 by employers all over the U.S., and this rating comes from hiring sites on Trustpilot with over 1,000 reviews. Tell them about it, Charlie.
ZipRecruiter is a great place to find a job and find people for a job. There's nothing more efficient. We've all used it ourselves, and I think all of us can say with certainty that it is a fine service.
That is correct. So you can try ZipRecruiter for free at Jackson.
ZipRecruiter.com/official.
If you love this show, you can show your support to it and to ZipRecruiter by going to Jackson one more time.
ZipRecruiter.com/OFFICIAL. That's official. ZipRecruiter.com/official.
ZipRecruiter is the smartest way to hire.
All right.
A little bit of teamwork there.
Yeah, we work together. Kaya, I'm pulling you in on the last one because you're
Oh,
the
shit.
only one who hasn't helped
All
yet.
right, cut me some slack though. I'm autistic, apparently. As everybody likes to point out.
He doesn't like reading.
Yeah, I should have just acted hyper autistic. Oh, I can't read this book, dummy.
That's not what autistic people sound
not
like.
at all.
I flushed it down the toilet, sister. I didn't know what to do.
If you wanted to act autistic,
ate
you should have
the
looked at her and
pages.
said, "I don't know what emotion to feel right now," and just say that to everything she says.
I feel like that's more of a psychopath move than autistic. I don't know what the hell autists do. I don't want to look like Chris Chan.
Maybe you should read the book.
Yeah.
It's like a how-to guide on how to be autistic.
It's not a help with autism book. It's a how-to autism
Jesus,
book.
I gotta get her back. Like on her birthday, she's getting a how to be a cunt book. Asshole.
Yeah.
I guarantee
What a-
you can find something like that at some fucking joke store or something.
What a drastic decline in Christmas quality gifts. You get her a Kindle and a gift card, and then next year it's a "You're a Slut" book or something.
Yeah, Andrew, that's a brilliant idea.
What?
How to be a cunt book, and then
Yeah.
you just open the book and it's a mirror. It's just a mirror inside.
I like that a lot, actually. Yeah.
Trademarked official.
That's fantastic.
You can find it on our merch store.
Oh, yeah. That's really good.
Yeah.
I think you just revolutionized Hot Topic with that one, Jackson.
Or it'll be a birthday card. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, actually, it would actually be a birthday card. Do they make edgy birthday cards?
Yeah.
Oh, I doubt it.
Like, I know that they make regular Hallmark birthday cards, and then they make pseudo edgy birthday cards where it's like, I heard you wanted a nice ass for your birthday, and you open it up and it's a picture of a donkey, and they're like, happy birthday, enjoy your ass.
How is that edgy?
But that's Hallmark edgy. That's pseudo edgy. For a 90-year-old grandma, that's like pushing the needle there.
My word.
I was thinking
I'm
more like
saying- I'm
happy
wondering-
cancer. There's just photo of a
Well, no,
tumor.
that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. Do they make like "fuck you" greeting cards out there? Like Hallmark's, like sorry you have cancer, and then you open it, just says "just kidding" or something like that.
Yeah, I'm
like a
sure.
big old "fuck you" card and this and that. I'd love those.
Somebody must be making those.
I guess maybe. I just want like the official Hallmark stamp on them though.
I want the official
Like, I
stamp
know.
on them.
Yeah, made by us. We should give those away.
Do people even use cards anymore? Did she give you a card with a book, for example? Because I haven't used a card in forever.
No, I don't know who the hell gives cards. To be honest, it seems like I don't really like you that much, but you know, I don't even like you that much to open up a phone and wish you a happy birthday in person, kind of a
Are you
gift.
talking to me right now?
Yeah,
He's talking in general, I think.
I'm talking about
specific.
I think
gift
in,
cards. Like I've never received a gift card in my life. I don't think.
I think in this modern age, greeting cards are just an excuse to hold money when you give a gift.
Oh.
Like, I didn't want to slip you an actual $100 bill, so here's a little thing to hold it.
Make it look a bit professional.
Yeah,
Exactly.
fair.
Make it look like it's not just, hey, I didn't know what to get you, or hey, have some money. You know what I mean?
Was there a 20 in the autistic
No,
book?
there was fucking
Buy
nothing.
some candy.
There was fucking nothing in it.
Damn.
It's a sad Christmas.
Yeah,
It's a sad
I got
Christmas.
insulted for Christmas, everybody. Woo! Yay!
Santa came flinging the zingers.
Yeah. That wasn't even wrapped, by the way. I always wrap my presents because I've never...
Wait,
Whatever.
it wasn't even wrapped?
No.
It was.
Oh my
Wasn't
god.
it a late? Wasn't it a late Christmas present? She had all the time in the world to wrap it.
Really?
Yeah, shit, all the...
When did you came back? When? The 20th of January?
No, I came back like on the 6th or something. I don't know. The 5th.
Even better.
But yeah, no. Not impressed. Not impressed.
Yeah.
Wait, did she actually say that it was your Christmas gift, or did she
Yes.
just go, "Oh, here, you might like this"?
No, she said it.
Wow. Does your sister, like, I don't mean to impose, but does she love you?
I don't know.
Because this sounds really, really dark.
I mean, when it's all said and done, it's probably. Well, did you get anything from your brother?
No.
That's probably a better gift, actually. Then.
Yeah, just mutually ignoring. Just a mutual ceasefire is better than this passive aggressive. Hey, you're retarded.
Lobbing grenades. Oh my god. What are some shitty gifts you boys have received in general besides this?
Ooh. Jackson, do you have anything?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm thinking. I'm really.
I'll go ahead and start. 1 year, my mom. So my mom loves giving gifts. So she'll like buy them throughout the year and then hoard them in the garage. And then when Christmas time comes around, everyone gets like 30 things each, even if most of it is just whatever. I think the standout in my mind for the one where I didn't want it at all is Tim McGraw's cologne.
Oh.
Yeah,
What did that smell like?
Tim McGraw.
What does Tim McGraw smell like?
Country
gamer.
western music. Tim McGraw is a famous country singer, and apparently at some point he made cologne. So I have a bottle of his somewhere at my parents' house. Yeah.
It's just sweat extracted from Tim
Oh.
McGraw.
I actually just thought of one as well that jogged my memory. I got a bumper, or not a bumper, excuse me, a license plate one year. I don't remember who gave it
A
to me. But they
license
just gave me like a
plate?
license. Yeah, like one of those. Not like an actual license plate, but the frame.
Oh, was it like a vanity one or like a fun one?
No, it's just like a black license plate frame.
Just
What
a
the
frame?
fuck? What's that?
Yeah.
Wow,
God.
that's lazy.
I don't remember who got me that. It was probably one of my cousins.
Ugh.
Yeah, I could remember being extremely underwhelmed.
Jackson, Kaya.
I spent 10 minutes talking about it. Let's not.
Yeah, but I want you to talk about it again.
Oh, yeah, wow, yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I've had useless gifts. Like people have bought me stuff like Tupperware containers
That's
or
useful.
whatever. Which is
That
yeah,
is
it is
useful. You're being
yeah,
a
I
spoiled
meant
brat.
useful.
Shut up, Jackson. That's a lovely
I
gift.
meant useful, but not exciting. But I haven't had a downright,
I mean,
a
I get-
downright bad gift.
Now that I'm an adult, I get useful gifts all the time, like just storage containers and little bits here and there. I fucking got socks once, and I was happy.
Yeah, socks are good.
Yeah. Socks are great when they're nice, warm, fuzzy socks for the winter. It's like, I'm like, fuck yeah, this is fantastic. I'm talking about
well,
like,
even that cologne is useful.
it is,
to a
but
certain
out of
degree.
everything I...
If someone invades your house, you can throw it on them and then light them on fire and stuff like
To
that.
be fair, my parents both love me and know a lot about me, but like out of all the
Aw,
gifts I ever
humble
got, that was at the...
Oh,
Out of
lucky
all the
you.
gifts I got, though, that was the one where I was like, I don't want this at all in any way.
Ooh, everybody look at Andrew. He has a dad.
Humble brag.
I mean, I wouldn't even call that cologne bad. That's not a bad. Cologne's not a bad gift.
Yeah,
Come on.
kind of is. You don't want to smell like what somebody else thought you should smell
Yeah.
like. Especially
don't
if
wanna
it's your
smell like-
grandma.
I don't want to smell like Tim McGraw. Have you seen him? He wears a fucking cowboy hat with a tuxedo. Who does that?
I don't know, rich Texans.
Yeah. Well, rich Texans are different because they have that big white-ass white hat that, like, goes with their Southern-style suit. But Tim McGraw wears, like, he's got this signature cowboy hat he wears, and it just does not go with anything ever. It's like a gay porn cowboy hat where you would see one of the guys getting fucked in the ass wearing it and nothing else. I know from experience. But anyway.
So, quickly go over, Charlie, I don't know if you kept up with this. Whatever happens with the Gearbox CEO getting sued for being a child molester or something? What is that about?
It's ongoing, but he has an ironclad defense that the porn that he was carrying wasn't underage porn, and he was only carrying it because he was learning magic tricks from it.
Like...
Wait, really?
Spitting ping pong balls out of underage vaginas? Like, what magic trick?
So, he went on a podcast called The Piff Pod, which has far more interruptions than our podcast could ever possibly have. It was an insufferable episode to sit through. And he eventually was able to squeak out enough sentences to form a story in between getting interrupted. And the story was he, back in the day, back in like the 2011 era, I think it was, or something like that, he would put a bunch of his work onto a USB stick. And one night he was watching porn. He didn't disclose where or anything. And he was on cam girl sites. And there was some cam girl called Only 18 is what he called her. And she was giving herself an orgasm, and then she ejaculated so much fluid that Randy Pitchford could only explain it as a magic trick. So he didn't have enough time to figure out how she performed this magic trick, like where the turkey baster was. So he bought the video, put it on the USB stick, and then he eventually left that USB stick at a medieval times restaurant. So I don't know why he's carrying porn around to his meal locations, but he left it there, and some kid found the porn, and now we have this story going on. And his explanation was that he only downloaded that one porn video, is the only one on there, because he wanted to see how she performed the magic trick. And he does disclose the secret. He said she used multiple camera angles and sleight of hand to get all of the fluid in her vagina. But to that, Randy Pitchford, that's impossible because cam girls only use a fixed camera angle. So you're lying. I know you're lying, Randy.
That's
so
not true.
Hang on. Let me get an idea here. It
was an amateur cam girl, Jackson, like with a webcam.
Was the girl found to be over 18?
That's up for debate. But he called it barely legal porn.
Barely legal is still legal. Like, they could be 18 years
That's
of
a whole
age.
genre.
So here's my point on it, though. If she does in fact turn out to be 18 years old or older, why the fuck wouldn't he just admit he was watching porn?
Yeah.
Well, he did. That was his plan, because he did this the day after the lawsuit came out, where it alleged he had the underage porn at the medieval times. And he not only confirmed that he did indeed leave porn at the medieval times and such, but then he says, like, it was, I could see why people thought it was underage because the girl was so very barely of age or some shit like that. So I guess his defense was, this totally happened, but, she was actually of age. And I think that's what he was trying to get across with this weird story about magic tricks.
Imagine if this is all just like a marketing ploy for Borderlands 3.
Yeah, so eventually some alternate reality game's gonna come out where he leaves another flash drive and he's like, oh god, has anyone seen it at this location? And it's a surprise trailer drop for Borderlands 3.
He also said he wanted to put that cam girl on the cover of his Magic magazine. I guess he owns like a Magic magazine, and he was so impressed with her ejaculation trick that he wants her on the cover or some shit.
Yeah, we all do
Let me
that
tell you
magic.
something. Yeah, let me tell you something, though. He didn't own a Magic magazine until this fucking lawsuit started coming up. Then he frantically bought one.
I have a magic trick for Randy Pitchford. I'll just come into my camera and he can figure out the method, I suppose.
What a shitty excuse. That's something a 13-year-old would come up with. Like, no, mom,
Yeah.
I was trying to learn how to do card tricks and how to juggle and how to pull a rabbit out of a hat and then a vagina on screen. It's a virus.
You know exactly what it is, right? He got caught with it, and he's pulling the old classic. I have a virus. I didn't open that. It was a virus. It wasn't me.
That's not it. He did literally the exact opposite. Yeah, I opened that. I actually bought that.
But no. What I'm saying is he's just pulling the first excuse that came out of his ass and running with it and trying to put more and more into it as time goes on.
Yeah.
Well, he actually his employees saw it, allegedly, according to him, and he blamed them for being so stupid to not understand that he downloaded that for magic. Like, he was distraught that the first thought they had wasn't that the porn was on there for magic.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo, man.
He's a fucking weirdo. But you know what isn't magic, guys? The fact that they are terrible at taking care of their health. There's no secrets, there's no magic behind it, there's no tricks, there's no wizardry. It is a known fact that guys are terrible at taking care of their health. Whether you get a knee injury, a bad back, or something even worse, guys are usually comfortable just rubbing dirt on things than seeing a doctor. I'll tell you boys something. I'm guilty of this myself. When I was a little boy, I was playing tag at a functional family fun barbecue for my dad's company that he was working
family,
at.
huh? Bragging again.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yes. Stop bragging.
My functional family at the family function, and I got pushed accidentally while playing tag, and I cracked my collarbone on a tree branch. And let me tell you something. I was so keen on rubbing dirt on it that I cried for a very long time until my parents took me to the doctor. But the same thing can be said for guys and their erectile dysfunction. Studies show that 70% of men who experience ED don't seek treatment for it. Thankfully, Roman Health has created an easy way to get checked out by a doctor and get treated for ED online. Roman is a one-stop shop where licensed U.S. physicians can help diagnose ED and can ship the medication that you need right to your door. You can handle everything discreetly online. Free online visit, getroman.com/official. That's getroman.com/official for a free online visit. Is it?
Shall we do shout-outs?
I think it's time.
I believe Andrew has a big announcement regarding the shoutouts. If you'd like to share that with the world, Andrew.
Sure. I guess. I thought we were just... I didn't think we were announcing it on the episode. I thought we were just telling everybody.
Yeah, it's like 5 people. I don't think we have to dedicate this
I guess.
shout out to them.
So, boys and girls, this will be the last hurrah for shout-outs, at least for a while. We,
Salute, boys.
there's a good handful of reasons we're going this approach, and we're going to look into ways to making your patronage even more worthwhile. But for now, we are putting a hold on the shout-outs, and these reads will be the last ones. So let's with a nice drum roll and a hearty salute, let's get them underway.
All right.
Okay, well, I'll
Charlie,
go.
you're first.
Yeah, I'll just start us off. Then this is from Stoop Buntpee, historian of Peef Spogdar. Hello, boys. Not to flex too hard on everyone, but I have a sweet new gamer girlfriend, and we just built a Minecraft house together. So I guess you can say it's been # epic year so far. Congrats, Peef.
Nice.
Damn. Have you guys ever had an internet girlfriend, like on a video game?
I just find it funny. He calls her a gamer girlfriend, and they don't even play Fortnite. They play Minecraft. No one plays Minecraft anymore.
That's a bit old school.
I think it's
Yeah, really. Like,
Their
God,
traditional
gamer. What's he
value.
playing next? The original Doom? Maybe The Sims 2? God.
I had a RuneScape girlfriend. That was pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, but it was probably a dude. in
just wanted
hindsight.
your gold.
Probably Randy Pitchford.
So wait, you had a RuneScape girlfriend back in the day?
Yeah, back when I was like 13 or so, 12.
That's so
Ew.
cute.
Wait, younger than that. Yeah, younger than that.
That's not cute.
I didn't know what
That's
to do.
no from the other person. Just don't, guys. If you're underage and somebody chats you up in a video game or a chat room, it's probably not a cute girl. It's probably creepy fuck who usually would end up on How to Catch a Predator if Chris Hansen wouldn't have gotten himself arrested.
Oh, I didn't send them my dick or anything. I didn't do anything. We just walked around and collected gold together.
Aw.
But it was very romantic.
You mean he said he was a girl so he could get more
Yeah.
of your gold for
Hey,
nothing?
hey, says the guy who was groomed in a hotel room by what, a 20-year-old?
I don't regret that. 24. I don't regret that at all, though. Man,
they made a lot more
if you were
RuneScape
17 and you fucked a 24-year-old chick, that'd be the coolest shit in the world.
Yeah, that's
you know
fair.
it. I'll do Dizzy's before it gets lost in the chat. Dizzy Mercury says, "Love you all, boys. Last shout out for a while. Check out my band on Facebook or SoundCloud or music streaming services. They are known as Tonic Freight Train." Thank you,
Dizzy.
We love you.
Check them out.
Love you, Dizzy.
Well, continuing on the music, then I'll take the next one. This is from Timothy the Bone. He says, "Hey guys, please consider listening to my favorite record of all time, The Mollusk by Ween. Dog Bless and Dog Speed."
I think that's the album that Ocean Man comes from.
It is.
That's the album that inspired, what's his face? The guy, Steven Hillenburg, the guy who made SpongeBob, he was inspired by that record to make SpongeBob, actually. It's a good record. It's nice. It's mellow.
They play some of it in the movie as well, the SpongeBob movie. I know
okay.
that. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I've never even heard of them, so I'll check that out.
Thank you, Timothy.
This one comes from Daniel Halfstone. Again, shout out to the magnificent boys on the podcast. That's us. It has been a bit over 2 years since I started supporting you guys, and it's been worth every penny. Hoping 2019 goes well for us all. And now shout outs are over. Poor Daniel.
I know.
Sorry, Daniel.
Well, we're going to find a way. If you have complaints, you can direct them at me. I don't mind talking to people one-on-one.
Yeah, it was all Andrew's idea.
It was not all my idea at all. That's the one I won't take the blame. But if you guys want to hash it out, maybe have a rock talk about it, you can shit all over me. I will easily discuss it. But we're working on ways to find a better way to reward you. This is from Deviant Predator. "G'day, boys. I come seeking advice from all of you, mainly Andrew, because his standards for women are almost as low as mine." Wow.
Jesus.
Damn. Jesus. Fuck.
I think your girlfriend's lovely.
I love my girlfriend a lot. I think she's fantastic. Fuck me. He says, "I recently slept with a 46-year-old, and I'm 24, by the way, so do the math. Anywho, everything was okay until she let loose and squirted on my face. I don't know how to feel about it, especially because I used my parents' bed. Give me your guidance, boys. As always, much love from the #1 deviant."
Why did you use your parents' bed?
God,
Yeah,
you brought
that's
like
the-
a woman who's as old as your parents to your parents' house.
So he
Yeah.
slept with a magician? Is that it from the squirting?
I I had no problem with the 46-year-old part. I wasn't even concerned with the squirting part, but the fact you used your parents' bed, that's got your dad and mom's love juices already in it. What are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
That's disgusting.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No, it's good hers.
That's where you fucked up, man.
Well, hang on.
That's where
He
you
said
fucked
she's
up.
like 40. Maybe that is his mom.
Yeah, he left out some details.
She's 46, I'm 24, you do the math.
She's mommy.
Oh,
The
Well,
math
yeah, maybe
checks
that's
out.
what they meant. But do the
yeah.
math.
Seeing as he wanted my advice, the 46-year-old age is a number as long as they're over a certain standard. The squirting, I mean, some people like it, pretend you were blessed, but the parents' bed.
Yeah, some people would pay to have someone squirt on their face.
Exactly. The parents' bed, though, that's where you actually fucked up. Don't ever do that again. All right.
This one comes from Brad Alfalfa. "I'd love to spew some worms steaming autism all over this episode. Unfortunately, none of you are worthy. My girl's art website is finally complete, so head over to atolls.net for some dank draws. You can buy prints, contact her for commission, or tell her how much you idolize her work. I don't really give a shit. I just need you to head over there, atolls.net. Thanks, boys."
Fun fact, I've actually started streaming a lot in the past few weeks. I don't know how long it's been now, but Brad has joined in on the streams, and I went and checked out atolls.net. Her art is fantastic, boys. It's really good, high-quality art. I actually really recommend going and checking it out
Spell
at
it.
atolls.net.
Nice.
It's an actual recommendation. ATOLLZ.net.
Right.
It's fantastic.
This one comes from Shaka Lance. "Love what you guys are doing. Shout out to my mama for being awesome. Keep up the good work and see you next week."
That's sweet. This is by Lyrical Jesus. He says, anybody can read this, so I will. "What is up, official Chads? It's your boy, Lyrical Jesus, finally participating in some official shit. It's been a long time, if you guys even remember back when I frequented streams. That's a long time. since we had frequent
That
streams.
is a long time.
Yeah.
Sorry for not checking them out lately.
When?
What?
Checking what out? Checking the Blake stream. The Blake stream.
I got
screen.
bad news
I'll
for you, man.
forgive you.
You haven't missed anything. Don't worry.
Life's been rough. Life's
You missed
been
the
rough,
E3
and so
stream.
I've had to cut back on shit and put time into other shit. That's good. That's not bad, actually. I'll be sure to donate to Andrew's Twitch streams again if I'm ever rolling in, though. Anyway, February
thank
is
you.
coming up, which means it's time to spread some love. So I'm gonna briefly say what I love about you guys.
yeah.
Aw. Feel free to read in Jack order if you want, because that's how I'm writing it. Should I read all of this? Okay.
Yeah.
Jackson, I
read it.
I love how you don't set alarms during the show. Sorry. Jackson,
That was on the fucking shout out.
you Jackson, you put a lot of effort in editing shit, and you can take a joke. Keep on keeping, man. Jeez, I fucked that up. Sorry. Keep on keeping on, man. Don't let
Oh.
shit get you down. Wow, my autism is.
Yeah.
Get the book.
Can you say it again as slow so I can tell?
What does the book say?
Break the glass, read the book. Shit. That last sentence really threw me off for some reason. Andrew, I like your sense of humor and really wish I could check your streams more. Make sure you go easy on yourself.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
You're going
Don't
too
beat your
fast
meat
on your
too hard.
streams, Andrew.
I'm too
Are
harsh
you
of a critic.
suicidal? Are you okay?
No, I'm great. I don't know. Maybe I'm too self-deprecating.
When the
in my
cam goes
streams.
on,
Yeah.
the morals go off.
I'm probably too self-deprecating, I guess. I don't know. Thank you, Jesus. That's very nice.
All right, Charlie, you're the guy who started this all for me. Big shocker, I know. Been watching for years, love your work. Okay. Kaya, I respect you as a fellow guy who is never wrong. I like that you're passionate about your stances on things, as I am the same way. So stay cool, man. I like how the compliments I get are always about how stubborn I am.
It's your defining feature.
Well, your next compliments will be about how you're so relatable to the audience.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I really respect your autism.
get a shout out from Chris Chan. Like, oh, I know the multiverse merged us. That's why you're just like me. If any of you are ever in New York, let me buy you guys a drink. And happy Valentine's Day. I'll take you up on that. I'm always down for a drink.
Samesies.
Thank you.
That was sweet.
All right.
That was great.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus. This last one comes from Luther Christian Aponte. Hey boys, today I have decided to share with you and the rest of the world a true story from my past. It's one of my worst stories and I have only ever told a few select friends. But today is the day where I say fuck it, so here goes. Ooh, I'm excited. We get to join a very select few individuals, boys.
I'm ready.
When I was a junior in high school, I was seeing this girl. She was pretty cute and innocent. She was into the whole scene look and lived right across the street from the school. So during lunch, we'd just go to her house and chill, usually play games or something. She had told me before that she was a virgin and was kind of nervous about sex, so I didn't really push her to do it. And I was okay with that. I was pretty self-conscious about myself as well. Well, that all changed when one day, while we were chilling at her place, she looks up at me and asks me when am I going to take her virginity? And before I even have time to process what she said and give a reply, she just says, how about right now? Let's do it now. This caught me completely off guard and I was totally unprepared for the moment, but I didn't want to look like a little pussy-ass bitch, so I obliged. But then I realized there was one major obstacle. Her grandpa was asleep in the room right across from hers, and we didn't want to risk him waking up and walking in on us. So after a brief moment of planning, I did the only thing I could think to do. I snuck into her grandpa's room and took his fucking prosthetic leg from the bedside so he couldn't get out of bed. Not sure of what to do with it, I decided to take it into the room with us while we had sex. I just remember feeling so awkward and guilty afterwards that things just kind of broke off for a few weeks. Just looking at her filled me with this extreme discomfort and PTSD flashbacks of me taking forever to nut because the pussy was being overshadowed by the disembodied leg propped up against the wall just 5 feet away from us. I could feel God himself judging me in that very moment. Do I regret this? Well, if at least one person out there gets a kick out of this, then I'll say it was all worth it. Anyway, thanks boys, keep up the good shit. God damn, that's a story and a half.
That was a fantastic story.
Yeah.
That's some really quick thinking. That's like some John Berthal assassination tactics, like chop the windpipe and
Just
steal the
walk in
leg.
and chop him in the throat.
I want to know if he did the walk of shame back into the room and put the leg back.
It's his now. He owns it.
He took it home with
trophy.
him. Made the
Grandpa's still in the
Made
bed
the
to this
grandpa-
day.
grandpa thinks he just got robbed.
Anyway, that's shout-outs, boys.
Yeah, thank you, Luther.
That's the shoutouts.
All right. Are we wrapping up?
Alrighty. Yeah, and that's the end of
I
this
think
week's
so.
episode. Thank you everyone for listening and sticking around. If you made it this far, we really appreciate it. If you want to, I was going to say if you want to send in your shout out now, you can't. But if you want to head on over to patreon.com/theofficialpodcast, we've got a whole bunch of other rewards there, like bonus content. Yeah, I think if you like the show, go check it out. You might find something you like. That's everything.
Bye, everyone.
We'll see you next week, boys and girls.
Good night.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We talk about a lot of things on this podcast, but there's something that I need to make sure that we all talk about right now. Because if you haven't heard about Anchor, then you need to know about the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. Beyond that, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many other platforms. You can make money for your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's got everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. If you have something super special to talk about and you want people to hear it so they know it's super special, you're going to want to use Anchor. It's the best way to do it.
Someone can kick us off.
When was the last time you did an intro, Jackson?
I was just about to say that. Jackson,
Yeah, I feel like it's
do
been
one.
a long time.
I don't know. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the official podcast. There's Jackson. That's me. We've also got Andrew, Charlie, and Kaya. Those are the regular guys that you've heard every single week. And joined with us this week is Gus Johnson. How's it going, man? Introduce yourself.
Hey, it's going well. I'm Gus Johnson. That's what they need to know.
That's that was perfect.
Great.
I couldn't have put it any better.
That's what it says
So,
on my Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
You're just reading a
So-
script.
Before we even started this show, Gus just flew out of the gate saying, "Yeah, things are going terribly. It's really bad over here." So, Gus, I would love for you to elaborate now that we are hot and live on the internet.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
God.
let's kick
What's going on?
2019.
What's wrong?
Let's kick
What's
2019 off on a real sour note. Like our New Year's resolution was make the podcast more somber. Let's get into it, baby.
Well, I spent the whole
Hit
day
us.
at the fucking hospital. My girlfriend and I went in, and somebody had some digestive stuff going on. It was me. So then that's what was my day today.
Oh no.
That's
like,
some
Did
fun
they have
shit.
to do any invasive procedures, like stick tubes up your ass? or
No, they
anything
haven't
like
had to
that?
do it. I've never had a procedure done where like someone had to like go up there and like root around it all too. I know it's gonna come, but like I've gotten pretty lucky. I haven't even had to do like stool sample shit, no pun intended, before. But like I've gotten off scot free.
Wait, what
But
do you,
no, that
what
was
do you
just
mean
it.
it's going to come? How often are you in the hospital for digestive problems?
This is
a
my
common
this is my
occurrence?
first time. No, it was just like abdominal shit. I thought I was like clogged up or something, but I might have like pulled a weird muscle in my abs or something from not working out and then going to like 0 to 100 all the time. You know, it takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
So wait, you kind of like have these long pauses between you actually do workouts and stuff?
Yeah, like I don't really work out as much. I'm 23 now. In high school, like I used to like run cross country and play like basketball and stuff too. But now like I don't do shit. But then I forget that like I don't have a young, spry, athletic body anymore. So then I'll like start rolling on a video and just like go fucking balls to the wall and then just be ailing for days afterwards.
I feel that, man. I actually, interestingly enough, just had something very similar to you. I thought I got like a fucking appendicitis, but it turns out it was just a muscular thing.
Really?
Shit's scary.
Yeah, it sucks. Now I got to work out
Just,
again.
from just ab crunching too hard.
Well, I
Trying to
don't know.
get too in shape.
I don't know what mine was from. Hopefully nothing too bad. But yeah, I had something super similar to that. Luckily, also no tubes in my asshole either, so we're in the same boat there.
Is the science settled on that yet? Is the appendicitis, the appendix, is it useless or what's up with that?
I rarely
Do you
use
mean
mine.
in general? Well, as a doctor, well, I'm pretty sure the appendix is fully useless, being that you can get it entirely removed with no ill
What's
effects.
the point? No, isn't it the? No, that's not the pancreas. No, it is the appendix, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah, the
appendix.
appendix.
The only thing the appendix is there to do is sit in your body like a time bomb and sometimes burst and give you
Yeah.
appendicitis. That's it. It's your fail-safe in case you don't want to
I
live
just
anymore
thought that
biologically.
at some point I read an article that said that the appendix is it's housing a bunch of bacteria that are helpful to you. So I didn't know if it was conclusively useless and worthless or what it is.
I thought, and I'm going purely off memory from college, I thought the appendix was pretty much like the gallbladder during your development stage in the womb. So it was like training wheels for forming your gallbladder. But I can't quite remember. I could be totally wrong.
That's a boring ass organ.
Yeah, it fucking sucks, man. Like that's on the bottom of my tier list for Smash Ultimate of the organs. It's fucking awful.
I almost want to just rip it out as a matter of principle.
I always think about that. Like if I do have to go in, like when I had my ear tube taken out when I was a child because I had like little ear tubes.
Huh?
I told you about that, and they circumcised me when I got it done.
How old were you?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's completely
like-
different parts of the body too. How did they make
Yeah,
that
what?
connection?
I was like 8 years old.
Your ear
You were
tube was so
8?
long.
I always remember babies coming out with their big ear tubes, and you gotta take care of them while they're young.
Like I
ear
said, it's only a
tubes?
hypothesis. We talked about this on the podcast before. Like
I don't remember it.
I used to put my dick tip like deep into my foreskin and kind of make it like a penny whistle. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's fun.
But then after I had ear tubes in when I was doing that, which was a surgical procedure because I couldn't hear shit when I was a kid. But then my ears started to develop better, so then I needed to get the ear tubes taken out, which was another surgical procedure. And then after that, I couldn't do that with my penis head anymore. That's what I'm remembering. So I'm assuming that when they put me under, my parents just told them to circumcise me as well. And what I wish they would have done also is take out like the appendix, the tonsils, shit that you can definitely be without.
That's
Just
that's a great question. How far can you optimize a human being? Like what can you do? How many pounds can you lose? How much faster and more sleek can you get by just cutting shit out?
You could probably just ditch all the bone marrow.
Not a lot.
What's that shit do anyway? Like
Not
store
an
fats and
insane
stuff?
amount.
Remember the human Ken doll and the human Barbie, and they look absolutely atrocious because they have silicone abs and silicone pecs, and they look completely like these weird creatures.
That's not optimized in the right direction, though. That's optimized for whether trying for appearance or whatever. I think Andrew's talking about like, can you make the perfect human being by removing things?
Kinda. Like get rid of all the flaws. Like let's say I wanted to go to a doctor and go, look, man, appendix gone, tonsils gone, and wisdom teeth, get them out of there. Like anything you don't typically use or need. How many pounds could I lose? How much higher could I jump? You know what I mean?
That's not
How much of an impact would it have?
That's not optimizing the person as much as it is getting the most bang for your buck and the operation, like they did with Charlie, where they thought, hey, we're gonna put him under anyway, so might as well fix all of this. So, hey, we're gonna fix your bad knee, but I see you also want a gender reassignment surgery, so we're gonna put some silicone tits on you and fix those wisdom teeth. Don't worry about it. We'll fix everything. Take your appendix out, and then you wake up a completely new person.
They tell you all that while you're going under.
Plus, Charlie, I like how
we'll slap some tits on you.
I like how you said too. It's like, oh, I think that while I was under, they just took like they don't just slit you from head to toe and be like, all right, guys, what's fucking up in here? Let's just pull this out and pull that out.
It's just a mechanic.
It would be amazing. I'm glad that you have to consent to every single little tiny bit down to the smallest detail, or this your parents do if you're underage. Because imagine if you were on the operating table and the doctor goes, well, this guy's coughing. Maybe you should remove his tonsils and his vocal cords too.
Yeah.
That would be best for him. He's been complaining about knee problems. Let's amputate them.
Well, that's less of a doctor and more of like a mad scientist or a villain.
That's a crime against humanity.
I mean,
it's
it would
not
get
about
rid of them
consent.
though. Like if you're nipping every fucking problem in the bud, though, you just take the knees out and then like, I mean, you can't really run, but you don't get knee problems.
Knees are the source of every problem.
I think the problem is that most people have empathy, And if you were a doctor, you would just start going, I'm going to start chopping away until laws say I can't.
Yeah, but you would have those people still frequenting that doctor. You guys remember
for sure.
the first BioShock where you would have that whole chapter about the one doctor who would fuck up his
I was
patients?
just gonna say that. Yeah, what's his name? Doctor.
It was like the second chapter, and he was like a plastic surgeon who eventually started making monster men and shit.
It's a fucking video game, but you just know somebody, especially in America, somebody would do that. Somebody would go to that guy and say, hey, make me into the Hulk, and he wakes up as a gimp golem-like creature with his legs missing. And it happened.
Dr. Lamb, that was it.
Dr. Lamb. I thought it was Steinman.
Dr. Lamb. Wait, Steinman? Wait, then who's Dr. Lamb? Because I remember Dr. Lamb was a
Wasn't
big
Dr.
thing.
Lamb the
BioShock.
lady who controlled the little sisters? Wasn't that her?
Oh, yeah, she was the big villain in the second one.
I don't remember.
Okay, never. I flipped it. You're right. Either way, the fucking Doctor Man who would slash up all the ladies.
Point is, the BioShock universe takes place, at least the first 2 or 3 ones take place in this city that's based on Ayn Rand's idea that capitalism is just fully rampant. There's no regulations. If a doctor wants to chop off your dick during an operation for your toe, he can. And I think people would do it. Why not?
I'm honestly a lot happier, because if someone told me they'd be snipping my winky dink when I was a child, I'd probably say no. But since they did it at that point in time, I'm a lot happier.
All right, let's have that
I'm there
discussion
too.
then. You guys know me, I'm not afraid of going into controversial places and saying, alt-right things, but I don't think male circumcision is that bad. I know there's a whole debate. I know it's being called the second genocide and all that, but I think a circumcised dick kind of looks nice. It looks better.
Yeah, honestly, I'd get it again if I had to.
Yeah.
With my existing allotment of
I don't
skin.
need.
What else can we cut off?
I'm thinking about a couple
Really?
scrot snips
Who
too,
needs
actually.
these testicles?
So much dick skin, and I have no place to put it. Get it out of here.
I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I'm glad that my parents made
I'm
it.
against it.
I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm glad that my parents did it to me. Like, but then again, I
Same.
don't know the other side of the coin. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, oh, is it harder to clean and stuff? Is there gunk in there? I don't know, but I'm just glad with what I got.
I don't like the
Yeah.
arguments that people make where, oh, it's your parents making a very important decision for you. Yeah, that's what a parent does. They pick your name, they pick where you go to school, they pick what you get to eat, they pick literally everything until you're 18 years old, all right? It's not exactly this one-off situation where they decide how your dick's gonna look.
Yeah, but this is the argument. Actually, is your parents are making a very significant choice to mutilate your genitals. When you factor that in, the question becomes different.
That might, and very scientifically.
What if your parents
you don't need,
wanted to call you retard? That's your name.
and you can legally get your name. You can legally get your name changed. You can't legally grow your
You
foreskin
kind of
back.
can.
That's
I mean,
true.
there's this thing where apparently some people are pulling on their foreskin enough to where it grows back.
I mean, that's just delusion meant by that point. That's like people who are short stretching their
Ow.
arms real high up and thinking they got
Yeah.
taller. It's not the same.
No, it's more like people who are really short breaking their legs and then gaining an inch or two. It kind of works sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it works.
That's a
But-
huge gamble,
do you
though.
really? Then is that really that it works? I mean, you break your legs, you gain an inch. Why not? That's a whole different thing too, because every male is born with a foreskin. Not every man is born short.
That's true. So what you're saying is being short is a choice.
Way to
Thank you.
dunk on this
Finally.
one.
Yeah, exactly. I'll stand up for my beliefs. Being short is a choice.
We're all thinking it. You said
All
it.
of you out there. All of you out there, all
Look,
you
I'm just
shorties, you're just
saying-
not thinking and
I'm
believing
just
hard
saying,
enough.
it up.
it's not that big of a deal to me. I don't like it when people compare it to female circumcision where they literally cut off the clitoris. It's not exactly the same thing when you take a little bit of skin compared to taking the woman's basically the whole thing that makes her have any fun during sex. It seems a little more extreme. I don't think the two are very comparable.
I agree. And again,
I
I'd like to
agree.
say fuck short people.
To that, by the
It's
way,
the thesis.
Andrew, I know this came
Yeah.
up before. I made Charlie, I linked him the Dick Masterson's The Dick Show. He had on a guy who underwent the leg lengthening procedure.
Oh, he
yeah,
did?
yeah.
Shit.
The guy called in. Apparently, he went to Thailand or one of those countries, and he underwent a surgery, and he's happy about it.
They just broke his legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, what they do is they put they break your leg bones and then they put braces on your leg bones, so you have to adjust them to make your leg bones longer. So when they heal back, there's more. I don't know how to the scar tissue, I suppose, fills in the gaps in a way. And at the end of it, your legs are a little longer, an inch or two. And this guy gained like 2 or 3 inches, and he said, I was miserable during, and I even contemplated suicide, but now, a year or two later, it was totally worth it. And I don't know.
I mean, this guy knows that there are platform shoes, right?
Yeah, this guy also knows there's a thing called self-confidence, right?
Yeah. I mean, how do you tell?
Self-confidence doesn't make you taller.
How do you fucking tell your
It
partner
doesn't,
too?
but it makes you not give a shit.
That's easy to say, Andrew, as a 7-foot man. Are you talking with
Look,
no experience? Why do these short
Guys,
guys just
let me get
bother?
Guys, let me get on one knee here so we can speak face to face about this, okay? Look, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all body self-confidence issues. There's all sorts of everything with that. I mean, whatever is, if he's happy with it, that's fantastic. That's great. But there's plenty of people out there who are short, and they don't need to undergo that to still have a good, happy life.
This is like a Greek Adonis talking down to you because
Thanks for the
because you've got
insight,
self-confidence
Goliath.
issues.
Look, if you'll excuse me, guys, I have some cereal on the top shelf, and I would love to just grab it and eat some right now.
Andrew, does everyone just look like Kevin Hart to you?
What, black?
Wow,
Hey, buddy,
Jesus.
I don't see color. I only see size.
Yeah, I only
I
see
don't know how.
height.
Oh, Jesus, I didn't know he was a midget.
He's
Kevin-
actually
Kevin
not
Hart?
that
He's very
short.
short. Isn't he like
Yeah.
5'6", 5'5"?
He's
Yes,
short.
he's the same
5'4".
one.
5'4". That's
He's
even
pretty
worse.
damn short.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. That's
He's
why.
pretty short.
And yet
hold
he's
on.
a multi-million-dollar earning comedic actor.
Well,
It
hold
had
on a
nothing-
second, boys. Hold on. Let's back up a second. I think we might have a secret shorty amongst us. How tall are you, Gus? It's hard to tell in the videos.
Oh, I am actually 6'1".
Get fucked.
Boom! And it's a choice I made at childhood, and you should have made that choice too.
Gus, I'm just stretching out right here in the over 6 foot club. Isn't it nice to belong to something?
Aren't you glad that you also broke your legs at a young age?
Yeah, I got the Thailand surgery when I was born.
The old 1-2 Thailand snap.
Yeah, they asked me, do you want to be circumcised or taller? And I had to think it over real quick.
See, I actually just transferred my snipped foreskin to the heels, and it gave me a couple inches.
You have the most calloused feet known to man.
It's really bad.
That too. Sometimes I think about that when they reconstruct burn victims' faces, and they say oh, we're gonna take this skin from your buttocks and graft it onto your face. Like, you're gonna walk around with ass face. Is that really much better than acid face?
The only one I know is when they do tendon repair. Sometimes they'll take tendons from the weirdest spots on the body. I'm surprised they're not reaching into the fucking butthole and pulling little pieces out there. Very odd.
Tendons are fucking.
butthole.
Tendons are the douchebag stragglers of the body, where you work out, your muscles are evolving, you're taking your protein, you're eating healthy, but your tendons are nah, I'm gonna be a weak little bitch. You did a little push up on a awkward angle. Well, enjoy golfer's elbow for 2 months. That's how
Tendons
they
are
need to
like-
fix.
Tendons, like you said, another metaphor for that is when the whole class kind of collectively realizes that the teacher forgot to give homework until the very end,
Yeah.
and the tendon just goes, "You didn't give us the homework,"
Yeah.
and then it just fucks it up for all the other hard work.
Yeah. Tendons are that thing where you'll go rock climbing
like
and
that.
you're like, I'm in decent shape and I've been practicing rock climbing and this and that and I can do it. And then you use one finger ever so slightly wrong and hey, look, now you can't do this
Well,
for a
let me
few
tell that
weeks.
story. The time we all went rock climbing and I was feeling my heartbeat in my eyeballs and passing out almost.
Yeah, you had a fucking episode with death.
I had no idea what the hell happened. So for those who might not know, we met up at some point in Tampa because this is so long ago now. I realize some people don't know about this. We met up.
I knew I
and
could.
the first
I
time.
could sense that Tampa accent, by the way.
Yeah, you can, right?
You can hear the uneducation.
The miseducation.
Here are the retirement
My
goals.
parents never let me out. They just raised me indoors and they made me watch, I don't know, German videos all day. So we go climbing, and I have a great time. I love climbing. Everybody is having fun. I had to do this 1 hour sign up for this fucking club, and then I had to do like a 50-minute tutorial with this kid giving me instructions on things that I'm not gonna use anyway. Like, I'm gonna climb up 2 feet and I'm gonna fall on my ass, man. It's like, let's skip this, come on. But it's procedure, I had to do it. So that day is great, but I kind of overdid it. Right? My tendons hurt, but I'm too stupid to realize that, my tendons are being a bitch. I get a rest a month before I continue working out as hard as I did. So during that week where my arms kind of sort of hurt, I liked going down on in Charlie's house, and I just liked, working out while everybody was sleeping still. I was waiting like a little child for everybody to get up so I could play with them like an anxious dog or something. And then we went climbing again, and that second time we went climbing, my tendons I don't know what the fuck happened. It hurt so much. It was a kind of pain I've never felt in my life before. And my head started spinning. I started feeling my heartbeat in my head. Everything started going lighter, and I'm sort of embarrassed, like, God, Kai, don't be a bitch, don't pass out here, don't tell people. What are you gonna do, like, tell people that you're about to pass out, you little... Come on. Tough it out. But I couldn't. I had to, like, go sit down next to Charlie and tell him, like, dude, can you keep an eye on me in case I like pass out while I'm on my feet and hit my head on a table or something and die? Can we stop? Can you take me home? And at that point, Charles was like, what the fuck? And we ended our climbing session there. I think it was I don't know if Jackson was there. Or
no, I wasn't. I was at Disney World for that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Are you sure? I thought you and Kira came and did
no,
it.
we went for the first one. Yeah.
The second time it was me, Andrew, and Charlie, and I think Tiana was out doing something. So
she walked the dog.
I tell the guys I can't hear, because something happens where I sat down next to Charlie, and I'm about to tell him that I'm a bitch, basically, right? I'm about to tell him, like, hey man, I'm about to puke and pass out here. Can you make sure nobody date rapes me? And then all of a sudden, I lose hearing in my left ear, and 2 seconds later, I lose hearing in my right ear, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like grinning ear to ear because I don't know what the fuck is going
you're
on.
So happy to die.
No, I'm nervous and like, what is this? Right? You're kind of excited because this is a new experience. Like,
you're excited to be losing your mortal coil. Yeah, I know that feeling.
No, not excited is the wrong word, but like, what the fuck? Like, I'm a little bit nervous here, but I couldn't hear Charlie. I told him, like, I can't hear you right now. Charlie's smiling and looking at me and mumbling something. I'm not sure.
Okay, fine. There might be an argument of, oh, she had to be super quiet and she was really restricted, blah, blah, blah. Fine. Let's jump to episode